developing so far, but I need to take a good look at it, and I can't see in this thing.
That bit better. Now then, its features are good, and I've got enough to make a video on it, but I could have done it sooner and cashed in on all those free hype trains. Whatever.
The undersized work can't be rushed. Come now, my machine spirit.
Hello. I hope the new year's been treating each and every one of you well so far, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you liked the little skit at the beginning. Wanted to get my hands wet and warm. Why wet? I wanted to warm up by doing another animatic like that, and I hope it was good. I wanted to make this video for two reasons. One was as a New Year's resolution for all the new technologies and projects I wanted to start. And it started like that until I started working on the projects themselves, which delayed this video by quite a bit. But I stole this idea from NeetCode and several other programmers, who he also stole it from, as you do in computer science. The technologies I want to learn, as hinted earlier, are things related to all the new deep language learning models like Chat GPT and OpenAI, and potentially whatever new services Google and any of the other big tech companies are going to be releasing. I had several ideas for how all of this interfaces with game development, based on some ideas I got from Jason Wayman's stream, and some ideas I've always had just rattling around. One idea was having a finely tuned model and basically an entire game just around talking with that model. It thinks it's a particular person, it could be a loved one, a relative, a suspect you're trying to interrogate. Having an AI play the role as a conversational opponent, especially if it's something like ChatGPT, would definitely be pretty interesting. Another could be procedural NPC dialogue. Having NPCs all draw from a finely tuned model so they can just rattle off information about game lore sounds pretty sweet. But as soon as I had all of those ideas and actually, tried to make them, I wanted to browse the asset store for something to get me started. And there are no tools whatsoever, at the time of making this anyway, that actually allow you to utilize OpenAI's backend in a Unity game. So, if no tool already exists, I'll make that tool. I decided to utilize two open source solutions to help out with this. One was a .NET Core server template that already has a bunch of different protocols supported, and the other allowed the clients from that template to work inside of Unity. Both repos are wonderful, and this literally wouldn't exist without them. I highly recommend you go out and support them, make some open source commits to them. I'm definitely going to try to do so for whatever bugs or weird interactions I may encounter or improvements I make in the process of making my tool. But now onto the real reason we're all here, the tool itself. It's already in a functioning prototype state, but I need to make a couple of quality of life additions before I'm ready and comfortable to release it. GPT To Unity would be available in the asset store and consist of two parts. One being several clients that you can run on Unity's end that allow you to communicate with the second part, which is a server that'll be deployed separate from Unity. But the way it works is it's a .NET Core server that runs in tandem with Unity and handles all interactions between the Unity game and OpenAI's backend. You provide it with an OpenAI API key, and from there you can type in your questions in Unity and receive responses from OpenAI through the server. The server and the kinds of protocols you want to use to have it communicate with the Unity client will be up to the end user. But the real bottleneck is always going to be talking to OpenAI's backend, which requires an HTTP request and waiting for a response. Performance can also vary a bit because I can't guarantee the responsiveness of their API at any given time, but for now, it's generally pretty good. You're actually arguably more responsive than ChatGPT itself, which I found often goes down due to an influx of users. This entire coverage is definitely skimming over all of the weird esoteric bugs and development details I went through, because I don't feel like this is quite the video for that. I wanted to keep this kind of general, kind of introductory, But if anyone's interested in all those nitty-gritty details, I guess I could just do a write-up on Patreon or somewhere, so let me know in the comments below. I also plan to write up documentation about the API involved calling my server, the overall architecture of the application, and the source code for both the server and the client in the Unity project, so you can modify it freely as much as you need. But before I let you go, I want to give you a bit of a demonstration on what the tool can really do, and that is going to be done through the little guy you saw in the intro, and the one I've been building out back. The ritual was a success, and my creation lives. However, it does still need a name, so I'll have its first act of life be this. Tell us all, what is your name? Sarah. How sweet. Sarah is now the first of her many kind to come. She is the first Unity to GPT machine spirit made, and stay tuned to the channel for when you can get your own. Until then, Sarah and I shall bid you bye-bye.